Model Canvas, it is a tool that helps you to design your business, 9 key areas, and you can describe your business model canvas in this framework. So today, yesterday with the example was Grab. So today the example is Airbnb. So along the way of me sharing with you about business model canvas, I will also share with you examples. So to make it clear, to make this sharing session more clearer, so I will use one example, which is Airbnb. So first part of BMC. So when we start our BMC, when we start doing our BMC, yesterday when you start doing your pitch deck, you start with your problem, but when you start doing your BMC, you need to start with value proposition. So when you do your BMC, you understand what kind of problem that you want to solve and what kind of solution that you want to build. The idea is for you to understand the in-depth value of your solution by using BMC. So what value proposition is the reason why your user or your customer segment use your product, why they turn to your product as opposed to your competitor's product. So for example, whether it is new or it is whether your performance of your product is much more efficient, or whether you've done a bit of customization to suit your target market, or whether your product can get the job done better, faster, or cheaper. So value proposition is one of the key reasons why your user use you. So that's why when you craft your value proposition, you really need to understand on what you want to build, because the features on your product reflects on your value proposition, and your value proposition reflects on the features of your product. So it goes vice versa. So let's take Airbnb as an example. So the clear competitor for Airbnb is hotels. So not everyone goes for an Airbnb if they go for travel. So Airbnb started their business by targeting specific customer segment. So customer segment who travels for leisure, not business. Customer segments who are more adventurous. Customer segment who are more aware, who wants to be more aware of their surrounding when they travel. Customer segment who travels for experience. So the value proposition that Airbnb have revolves around that. So there's two sides of this of the market for Airbnb. There is the host, there is the guest. So there is the one who will be sleeping in the house, and they will be the one who is providing the house. So the value proposition for Airbnb for the host is the experience. For the host is the money, the potential income that they can generate, and the value proposition for the guest is the experience that they can acquire when they go to their home. So on top of that, cheaper price. On top of that, for the Airbnb, localize the experience. Okay, so do business evolve from their value proposition? So first and foremost, bear in mind, business model canvas is something fluid. In the sense of it keeps on changing. So your business should keep on changing. Your value proposition should keep on changing. So yesterday, I think they shared slides for Grab. So the the target market for Grab keeps on changing. So the value proposition of Grab also keeps on changing. So the value proposition of a business keeps on changing, keeps on evolving. So does the business also keeps on changing, keeps on evolving. If you don't evolve and if you don't change, you won't innovate. So the process of changing your value proposition and the process of evolving your business, when you have started your business, because that process is even harder as compared to now you can just simply put in any concept and then start the business. When you have started your business, it will be harder to change your value proposition and to evolve your business. So but it is integral for you to do that. So that process is the process of innovation. So that's why, you know, you see articles in Forbes or articles in Business Insider, they always say that traditional business needs to evolve, needs to innovate. So that is the definition, you know, changing your business model, changing your customer segment, changing your value proposition, you know. So, Zarik, do I answer your question or you want a more specific answer? Okay, so thanks, Zarik, for asking a question. Okay, thank you. So thank you for asking question. If you have any question, just cut me. I'll straight away answer. So the next one is customer segment. So we've understand for the value proposition is for Airbnb, there's two sides of value proposition. You can have more than one value proposition, but make sure you some I mean you simplify the way you explain to people what is your value proposition. For example, if your value proposition revolves around automation, just tell them that it's automation. If your value proposition revolves around people getting money, just tell them that income generation, income opportunity for your customer segment or for the host, for example. So if you have two customer segment, you should have two sides of value proposition. The reason why the first the user wants to be on your platform, and the reason why your paying customer wants to be on your platform. Okay, so value proposition. Now we go to customer segment. So the reason why we should understand our customer segment is we would want to understand the point of entry for your business. We would want to understand how you're going to generate income for your business. We would also want to understand the reason why, you also want to understand after this, the reason why your customer go to your business. So if you look at customer segment, sorry, bit technical issue. So if you look at customer segment, the way you want to decide your customer segment is first and foremost, you need to decide whether you are serving your user, serving a general public or serving organization. So the difference between market segment and customer segment. So market segment yesterday, TAM, SAMSOM. It's number, it's amount. The reason why your investors want to know your your market segment is they want to know the potential of your business. So BMC is for you. So the reason why you should know your customer segment is for yourself, not for your investor. It's for you to know the point of entry, how to penetrate the market, how to generate income. So the definition of customer, there's two sides. There's the non-paying user and there's the paying customer. So you need to clearly identify who is your paying user and who is your non-paying user. Okay, so if you are targeting mass market, you need to clearly identify who is your mass market, clearly identify the location, clearly identify the age group, the income level. So if you are targeting a niche market, you can just focus on interest group. For example, people who plays cricket every day, or athletes, for example, or people who loves K-pop. So that is more to niche market. Simple users revolves around utility app or people who use the app every day. For example, simple users can be general users, people in Klang Valley, people who lives in Cyberjaya. So this one revolves around utility app, or if you are planning to build a location-based app. And ultimately, you also need to decide whether you are serving organization, which is you are in B2B, or you are serving normal consumers or customers, or you are in B2C. So again, remember, customer segment is important for you to know the point of entry. Customer segment is not market segment. Market segment is the numbers. Market segment is important for your investor. Customer segment is important for you. Okay, so it's important for you when you want to do your social media blast. It's important for you when you want to decide your advertisement. So market segment is the reason why you start the business. Customer segment is how you start the business. So if people ask me, Hanif, how you start the business, no, know your customer segment. If you know your customer segment, you know lah how to reach your customer. Okay, so two sides of the market, two sides of the customer, which is the guest and the host. The reason why Airbnb consider the host as their customer segment, because they also charge the host a certain percentage. So the guest is the guest who can travel for business or travel for leisure, can be male or female. It travels for experience and who wants to save money. The host is location based, maybe can be who wants to generate income, who knows the location, who knows the travel. If you look at the right side, it means that they know the location and they own a home, or they own a place that they can lease. So the next part is channel. So channel is the way your customer get the value that you are trying to deliver. So for example, if the value, if Airbnb, their customer is traveler, their value proposition is cheaper booking, cheaper place to stay. Their channel is maybe their website, or it can be their mobile application, where you can acquire it. You can download it via the Play Store or the App Store. Or for mobile application, you can add in Google as your channel, in the sense of, when you Google hotels, you can see a list of hotels. Google will showcase like list of hotels. So that can also be your channel. Or TripAdvisor or trip-based website can also be your channel. So there's two types of channel. There's direct channel, there's indirect channel. Direct channel revolves around your direct channel, for example, your own web page or your own application or your own social media network. Indirect channel revolves around third-party website, for example, Amazon or Shopee, or for example, if Airbnb, in Airbnb's case, they work with TripAdvisor or Trivago to list their location as one of the hotels offering on the website. So one of the key channels for Airbnb is Instagram, because most of the customers of Airbnb, their customer segment, is travelers. So travelers, young travelers who are looking for adventures, looking for experience. So young travelers who are looking for adventures, they are always on Instagram looking, because they are visual people, they are always looking for new places to stay. They are always browsing on the discover place, the discover section of Instagram. So Airbnb uses that to the advantage, because they understand the behavior of their customer segment. They use that as part of their channel to sell their offerings, to sell the experience in Airbnb. So again, I hope you understand the importance of understanding your customer segment. Value proposition revolves around why your customer use your product. So you need to clearly identify your customer segment, because if you don't know your customer segment, if you don't know who you are selling it to, you don't know what they want. You don't know their behavior. If you don't know their behavior, how on earth you going to craft your value proposition? If they are younger, things like gamification, things like sports will be appealing to them. If they are older, value proposition, things like partnership, things like certification with the government will be important for them. So you need to clearly identify your customer segment. So next is customer relationship. Customer relationship revolves around how do you make sure your customer goes to you once and then they go to you again and again and again. So I want to take, because you've met Amira yesterday, I want to take her platform as an example. So how does Oh My Babe maintains their customer relationship? So for example, their customer segment is very clear. Victimized woman age 16 to 25. Very clear. So because they know the age segment is 16 to 25, they know the behavior, they know the background, they know the history of 16 to 25. Just come out with relationship, their first just only started their relationship, first relationship or second relationship, have too many stories, emotional, and can't think straight. So they clearly know their customer segment's behavior. That's why they their value proposition is an automated chatbot, but at the same time, there is someone, there is a human touch, there is someone at the back of the system to actually listen to your rant. And the way they create their customer relationship is every week they create cool events that is visually appealing to 16 to 25. So that all of this is intertwined with each other. Remember again, because people always confuse market segment and customer segment. Market segment is the number, market segment is for your investor, market segment is the reason why you start the business. Customer segment is how you start the business. If you ask me, Hanef, how am I going to start my business? Who is your customer segment? How do you reach out to your customer segment? So on customer relationship is how do you make sure they come to you once and then they come to you again and again and again. Maybe you are a community-based app, or maybe it is automated service, or maybe it is personalized, or maybe you focus on self-serving so that it can the person who's doing it can personalize up to their wants. So in terms of Airbnb, their customer relationship revolves around service, revolves around increasing the value of service. So for the guests, you can review the house. You can, when you book, you can look at the rating of the house, and for the likability, and also the likability of the host. For the host, the reason why they want to list down their home on Airbnb is because number one, income generation. Number two, in case of the host, there's problems inside the home, there's insurance. And number three is because the interaction that they have within the host. So it is all features, but that features is in customer segment. For example, AirAsia, why people go to them? What is their value proposition? Low cost airline. What is their customer segment? Business travelers who constantly travel for their business. What is their customer relationship? Discount. Or if you book early, you can get cheaper price. That is how you keep your customer. You get them once and you get them again and again. So we will stop here and go to a 15 minutes group break. So for your 15 minutes group break, I think yesterday you've done your slides. Just add into the document one BMC, and I want you to fill in the BMC. Just download any random BMC. If I can share to you here, Canvanizer. You can download your BMC here. Wait, I'm going to share to you the link. You can download your BMC here in JPEG or PNG and then upload it to Canva and then fill in your BMC. If you don't want to fill in your BMC like that, you can just use Canva, letak tajuk and just fill in your BMC randomly. Okay, so if you are in, and then I think Anik says that inside Canva there's a template for BMC. So you can also use the template inside Canva. Fill in the first few parts of BMC. So I'm gonna go back. Fill in the first 4 parts of BMC. Your value proposition, your customer segment, your channel, your customer relationship. To sum everything up for these 4 parts. Value is the reason why people go to you. Customer is who actually wants to buy your product or who actually receive the value. Channel is how you deliver the value to your customer, and customer relationship is how you ensure your customer goes to you once, the second time, the third time, and more. Okay, so 15 minutes group break. Fill in these 4 elements: customer relationship, value proposition, channels, and customer segment. Your 15 minutes group break starts now. If you have any question, just hit me up inside the chat box or just ask a question over there. Then I'll go into your room.